All right, folks, what is up? We're back. Me and Prime are here to talk about Ultraman X and other shenanigans. How's it going, sir?
Guten Tag, mein dudes. Konnichiwa, bitches.
All right, let's go all balls in on these news. So Prime Lightning Collection, all six of the Rangers have Ninjetti figures.
I saw that shit. Um, so
Target exclusive.
right. And my boy Alex pointed out something to me, and he said, "Isn't it funny how Hasbro said we can't have hooded Cobra Commander anymore, but a hooded White Ranger? That's all. That's all game. That's fine.
Clan.
So White Ranger with a hood. Oh, okay. That's
Well,
fine.
maybe
That's fine.
because the Cobra Commander looks too much like the like a blue Klansman. I guess I don't fucking know.
Sure.
I mean,
And so
Disney is already changing Slave One to something weird anyway. So I guess that was Hasbro's way of like, hey, we don't want to be clan affiliated. So I'm like, sure, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand the rhyme and reason for that, but
not
yeah.
a lick of sense, but I mean I understand the logic, but it's the inconsistency gets me shrinking my nose up at them.
I mean, I should have two options for Cobra Commander. I mean, I like shiny face Cobra, but I kind of like the mask Cobra too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying if I'm being honest, I prefer the chrome mask Cobra Commander, but like
Yeah, give me options.
the blue hood is iconic. Yeah, give me the option. Give me the option.
Give me options. That's all it is. You just access toy people, the toy collectors. Just give me options. But yeah, I kind of figured that was happening because if I remember correctly, Cat was the first one that got like a Ninjetti outfit, right, for Lightning
Yeah,
Collection.
wasn't that a Pulse exclusive?
Yeah, it was a Pulse
Yeah,
exclusive, and then they added in Aisha, Adam, Rocky, and Rocky and Billy, and then boom, they just announced Kimberly and Tommy for the Target exclusive and stuff.
yeah.
So
Gonna be honest, I'm not keeping that up with the Lightning Collection.
I know there's been some delays on the Red Ranger Sentry, and there was another one that got delayed to next year. But these Ninjetti ones are scheduled to release April 2022. So yeah, it's kind of hard to keep track of it and stuff. So Dino Fury, it looks like the whole thing with Izzy Green Ranger, she actually is in a legit relationship with her her friend Fern. So haven't seen the
Nope,
episode yet. I think all
me
15
neither.
episodes should be dropping in a couple of weeks, I believe, on Netflix. First
All right.
15 episodes, so we can finally see it. UK folks, been spoiling folks on stuff like the, Lord Zed, and I haven't seen it yet, so jury's
Yeah,
out on that.
I'm gonna
And the
be
Gold
I'm gonna
Ranger
be
appearance.
gonna be 1000% honest. Like those people who are doing the spoilers and screen caps, they have completely killed any enthusiasm I've had to like watch the show.
This is Beast Morphers all over again.
I mean, I was able to dodge the Beast Morpher spoilers mostly.
It wasn't as
But
egregious as this though.
oh, it's terrible. Like I've even like blocked and muted the accounts. It's like they still like seek me out, and I still get caught by them. Like I'm getting like splash dash shrapnel from it. Like god damn, like how the fuck did I even see that?
Mm,
And like I know a lot of people are like, oh well, you just mute the words, or or
it's not
spoilers are no
enough.
big deal, bro. Have some fucking courtesy. Like that's be considerate.
Even people that block whenever a new Marvel or DC movie comes out, those people have always had issues with, even though they mute words and do everything, for some reason,
This shit just
it just
it will
leaks
track
through.
you down.
It trickles through
Seeps through.
every time.
And I'm sorry. Like I would prefer to. I mean, I know this might sound crazy, but like, can I experience the show for myself, like firsthand? Can I get some excitement? Can I generate some? What the fuck? Like, oh well, spoilers don't affect my enjoyment. Motherfucker, that's you. That's
Thank
you.
you.
Like, think of other people, you asshole. What the fuck?
But it's also that whole race to be first kind of thing, because I saw videos of people breaking down. I'm like, guys, like,
Bro, I
I
saw a
don't
whole
understand
like
this.
5-minute clips. I'm like, so you don't want me to watch the show?
But I
Like,
see
you just
people,
gonna
but
just
Prime, I saw people reviewing it, and I'm like, okay, guys, like, I'm not from the UK by any stretch of the imagination, but like, or France and stuff. But, like, I don't understand this rush to review something. And number one, you don't even know the language enough to really understand what's happening, other than, oh, awesome fight. They're talking, and then they're getting to a Zord fight, and that's how you review the show. And it doesn't give you much of any context of the conversations between the bad guys,
and I
conversations
mean,
between the Rangers. It's like it's I just don't understand the race to be first just to get the views on your channel. It's just weird to me. I don't get it. So
And I mean, I understand some of the frustration with them on the European side of things, because they're used to not getting stuff first, and they're used to being spoiled. But I feel like they're paying back that shit tenfold with
they really are.
Dino Fury, because like I basically watched the whole show, and I haven't seen an episode since it went on hiatus way back when.
That was April early this year. Went
Yeah.
on hiatus.
It's like I don't want to watch the show anymore. Like you just completely like I don't care. Like you completely killed my enthusiasm for that series.
Christ, man. But like I said, I watched the first 15. Like I said, I've been enjoying it, but I'm like, I gotta see, because I think it was only like 10 episodes up on Netflix. So basically you're technically getting like the last 5. And I gotta be honest with you, I said it on Twitter. I'm like, I'd be glad when they get from the shackles of Nickelodeon, just go to Netflix to where they can actually release the episodes in a timely manner instead of like piecemealing the shit out and stuff, because I'm just tired.
That shit kills momentum. It really does. Like I'm longing for the days like with Time Force when you got the show uninterrupted for a whole year.
You got a summer break. That was it. You got
like,
a summer. You got a summer.
You got the summer break, and I think they had to pause because of a thing. This little event, 9/11. Yeah, a small thing. It didn't really affect.
But you were still done by like by the time Thanksgiving was done, they were on the last 2 episodes of the season. So you got your 32, 33 episodes for the season. You got your summer hiatus, which they go back and the funny thing is, I think Jetix Fox at the time, they were still showing repeats of the previous seasons of Power Rangers alongside of Time Force. So it'd be nice if whenever they do whatever new season of Power Rangers, wherever iteration it looks like, we just get all the seasons in the course of a year instead of just a piecemeal, like here's 15 episodes for the year and we gotta wait till next year for the second half. It's like, I don't like this. This is not fun whatsoever. So
it is not.
So confirmed, Ecliptor and Finster are getting Lightning collections. Great choices.
Great characters, great monsters, great
Astronema is being packaged in with Ecliptor, which I'm a little mad because I wish they went with controlled Astronema.
Right.
For that.
And right after I just bought the 2-pack with her and Andros.
Thank you. That's the thing. And I think we've talked about at length in how Hasbro does this, where I'm like, you had something great where you could have just gave us a different like head sculpt of Astronema where she's controlled, but you just gave us the same one from Andros packaging with Ecliptor. And I'm like,
well, there's some slight changes, but like not enough to justify the price to buy the figure over again in a new box set just to get the original Ecliptor. Yeah. When like if you really just wanted to have her have different hair colors, just release an Astronema wig pack. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, Finster is going to have his case of Putty Patrol soldiers and stuff, which I think is pretty dope.
Those little tools. Bless them. I like the one thing I really like that Boom Studios has done is like the work they put into making Finster creepy as shit. So I'll gladly get this figure.
That's something that's something that I think if Zhu Ranger kind of showed how creepy he is, but like Power Rangers never really showed it. So yeah, like you said, Boom, they did a pretty good job of showing like, yo, Finster is a little, he's out there, So I'm trying to think. Squat and Babu is probably be the last of Rita's whole thing, and you pretty much have the whole squad.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's kind of nuts, kind of insane, even.
Wow. The one thing I will applaud Hasbro on that we're getting Rita's whole crew. Wait, we did. Well, we got them in the deluxe aliens, didn't we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We just didn't get them in 6-inch to Master Rangers.
Yeah. So at this point, I think a lot of people are like, does that mean we're going to get the whole Machine Empire crew too? I mean, we got
if we get a King Mondo, if we get a fucking King Mondo and the Queen Machina, bruh.
Prince Sprocket and his brother and the other chick, it's man.
Give it to me.
In my veins. I mean, hey, look, I wouldn't be shocked if they give us what's his face in Space too.
Darkonda. Oh, he's coming.
Darkonda
has to come.
He got to. Actually, in fact, I hope they give us Darkonda and Darkonda Ecliptor mashup. That would be dope. I would be surprised if they do that.
I will concur. Well, we have to see. Well, how much space? How many spare parts can they scrap together to make that?
Actually, hold up, man. Ask this. Y'all may have answered this, but do either of y'all feel like you're in a conundrum by not getting the Marvel Ultraman comics because support the Ultraman brand and all that? Not really. It's one of those things where I'm kind of waiting for the trade to kind of read the whole thing and stuff. I'll probably read it in trade, but the individual comics, I haven't really been invested enough to like get the whole thing and stuff. So it's like I might get the trade for it and just go from there. So
do you really want me to answer that question and hurt somebody's feelings right now?
Might as well.
Since you asked,
might as well.
No, I don't. Because I support the brand in other ways. Like I'm buying all those Blu-rays as they're coming out. I buy the toys. I buy the action figures. I support the live streams that they do. So I'm supporting the brand in many other different ways. Watching the Netflix shows when it comes out. So me not buying that comic book, which I think is trash, I don't feel any type of negative way because I'm also not reading the Boom Studio Power Ranger comic books anymore. So like I gotta be protective with my coin in 2021, y'all.
I'm couldn't catch up with it. So Zordon is actually gonna have a physical body and stuff, and I'm like, oh, the Eltar Wars.
Don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, I'm catching up with it. So I'm still sticking with it. And
my boy Sharpo posted the page on Facebook with Drake, and I was like, oh man, can he tip that fedora any harder? I'm good. Gosh. I'm so good on this shit.
Hey, look, Sharp, me and Sharp are in the same boat. We're reading it. We're just taking it in as it comes.
Y'all tell me about that shit because I refuse. I told y'all after that fucking Ninja Turtle comic book, I am not giving Boom my money
the lightning collection of all the Ninja Turtles is
good for them.
Out and about right now.
I'm happy.
The Shredder Green Ranger one, which
that's probably
the only one I'll buy. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the only one I won't buy because I do like the visuals of it and stuff, even though it is ridiculous. Of like,
I keep asking people, so tell me how Shredder using an unmodified dragon coin turns him into a Shredder Green Ranger.
Well, the same way Tommy's a foot soldier because reasons.
Well, he has to put on that outfit. Like, how is Shredder using the Morpher turn him into a Shredder version of the Green Ranger? Explain that to me, please.
Prime, it just looks badass.
I need more than that. It's 2021. I need more. There's a lot of badass shit out in the world.
I know.
Give me more than that, bro.
Look. At least I'm being honest with the fact. Yeah, I'm only buying the Shredder because visually it just looks badass. So I ain't gonna buy the other Turtles though. That's just,
I'm not.
I got a line on that one. I'm like, nah.
Shit. If that shit ends up in my possession, I guarantee you it's because it was a gift. Because I ain't buying that shit. I refuse. I decline.
Oh man, like I still feel to this day. I'm like, look, I get MPR as a name, but like you could have had them motherfuckers in the Ninjetti outfit,
and I'm still like, why wasn't this shit set during season 3? Like, can y'all do more than just skim?
You put out the Ninjetti Lightning Collection. That would have been prime time to like, dude. That would be your way to introducing the Lightning Collection through that.
And the fact that they didn't market that shit side by side, like here are the Ninja Rangers, here are the New Turtle Power Rangers. The fact that they didn't market those like side by side and release them together proves to me that them niggas are asleep at the wheel over there. Like they don't give a fuck.
It's not like I was asking for the Alien Rangers to pop up. It's like, nah, just give them Ninjetti.
Set it through it. MMPR season 3. Relate the Krang and Shredder shit to whatever Master Val was fucking doing. The story writes itself if you just not skim Wikipedia and actually know the goddamn lore.
And you could have made an excuse for the Turtles to have the old MMPR powers through some dumb shit, and then boom.
Exactly. Done. You could have had 2 sets, bro. The fact that He-Man and Thundercats makes more sense to the lore than fucking Power Rangers Ninja Turtles makes just boggles me. Because have you ever read the fucking He-Man Thundercat book?
I've skimmed through it. I need to actually read it. But I've
heard
good things about it.
You don't have to because whoever wrote that shit did not know shit about neither He-Man nor Thundercats. But for some reason, that shit is more intensive to the lore and more respective of the lore than the fucking Ninja Turtle Power Rangers. Go the fuck figure. Go fucking figure.
Anyways, speaking of which, Real Soldier is getting a prequel film.
We eating good, y'all.
I'm just saying, Real Soldier is like they're really just I underestimated the fandom for that series, but that series has like a huge fandom. Like, so when that prequel movie got announced, everybody was like, "Oh shit! Like, you serious?" And
the timeline was popping off,
man. Because at first I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like, "Oh, Reese Soldier, all right, cool. And then obviously you get some people that aren't really familiar with the Sentai that's like, oh my god, so this is a way for them to do the American. And everybody was like, don't no.
Why do they always do that? Like
Every time. I'm
every
like, no,
time, every time.
no.
Like, are you xenophobic? Like, what? You can just
I understand it, but it's like that. Number one, it's not going to happen.
like, wait, I was like, I get it because I kind of do a little bit. Like, I can't wait to see the adaptation, but like, you can be hyped up for the original first, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, it. You know, they were doing this. They were going to do this regardless of if Dino Fury existed or not, right? Like, the world does not evolve around Power Rangers, right? You do know that, right? Right. You don't? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm still laughing at the fact that the writer for the Power Ranger season for Dino Fury, he was fielding questions, some good and then some bad, and I think he kind of devolved into trolling because somebody was like, "Hey, maybe you can adapt Lupin versus Power Ranger." He's like, "Nah, that's gonna be problematic because cops and thieves." And I was like,
and then I saw the you can't do Q Ranger because you can't tell a good story with 12 characters. I'm like, what do you mean? Q Ranger just did it. Like, why are you dry snitching on yourself? Like, are you admitting to me that you're a bad writer, sir? Is that what you're saying to me?
Like the Lupin and Power Ranger one, I was like, I give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, I guess.
I was like, yeah,
sure.
thanks, ally. Yeah, cops are bad and all that shit. Thank you, Mr. White Man. I appreciate your support there.
Even though we had SPD where the cops bent the rules and was like,
or here's an idea as a writer. How about you show the nuances of law enforcement? How about that?
Yeah.
You can do that. I mean, be creative. I mean, how dare I? Because
also, I don't see anybody calling Cop Gando on Power Rangers, so you're safe, my dude. This ain't Law and Order, dog.
I don't really see people coming after the Power Rangers saying ACAB. I don't really see that personally. Like, I don't. I don't think that's happening.
This ain't Law and Order where people have a legit reason for maybe saying, "Hey, that's Cop Ganda." All right, fine.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't see them coming after. I haven't seen them come after Paw Patrol. I think the Power Rangers are going to be okay. Just a hunch. Just
I'm so mad at the company taking Paw Patrol off because of that shit. I'm like, it's Paw Patrol. Who cares, dude?
I get so sick. Look, can I break kayfabe for a second, y'all? Can I break kayfabe for a second? I'm getting real fucking sick and real motherfucking tired of all these white people doing the bare minimum, thinking they're placating us, going, yeah, sticking to the man, doing absolutely nothing, absolutely fucking nothing. Like, well, cancel cops. Yeah, that's what you. That's not what we want, you clowns. What are you?
Low key, I kind of enjoy cops. I'm mad.
Nobody
took it off.
No black person was pressed about the goddamn TV show Cops. What we were pressed about was the goddamn police brutality in real fucking life.
We were enjoying Cops because low key they were beating the shit out of white folks on that show too. So we were kind of like, all right, cool. Hey,
like no one was pressed about that goddamn TV show. Like what?
That's why when he said that about the Lupin Ranger, I'm like, but nobody cared about Time Force and
then he was like, well, the Rangers can't be thieves. I'm like, so tell me how it's bad that this group of Power Rangers who are stealing from monsters who are trying to destroy the world, how that's a bad thing. I'll wait.
Operation Overdrive, they kind of.
I was gonna say
they were Tomb Raiders.
You can make them relic hunters, or you can just keep it like, yes, they're stealing from this monster organization who's trying to, let me check my notes here, enslave and destroy the world. Yes, they're totally the bad guys in that situation. That's totally problematic. Like, why do these motherfuckers dry snitch on themselves on Twitter so much? Just like old homeboy who said he didn't watch Ultraman, but somehow he didn't watch or care about Ultraman, but he's somehow writing the Ultraman comic book. Like, why do you dry snitch? Why are you telling me this, bro?
Just not said anything.
You could have just shut the fuck up. I didn't need to know that.
I would have gave you the benefit of the doubt. Like, all right, fine.
I could have been like, okay, well, he just probably just picked it up. He learned it. But he outright said, oh, well, I didn't watch and I really didn't give a fuck. He said that shit out loud. And motherfuckers are like, oh, that's cool.
Prime, that's like somebody coming up to me and say, we want you to write Doctor Who. And I say, yeah, I never really watched one episode of Doctor Who. Y'all motherfuckers will roast my ass on there.
That's like somebody came up to me. That's like somebody coming to me and go, Prime, we want you to write Rick and Morty. And I'm like, but we really need you to write it. And I write that shit. Then I come on like, I don't watch this shit. Like, this shit makes me so mad. It makes me so fucking mad, man. They don't even do the bare minimum. Then they brag about not doing the bare minimum. I'm like, am I the crazy person here? Am I drinking crazy drugs? Am I insane?
It was kind of like how people thought Ta-Nehisi Coates never read comic books initially, right? That was because that's prevailing theory when you hear somebody that's
Look,
Coates that writes
I hear
very thought-provoking books, right? And
I hear that. And I disagree with that. Like, I feel like he is a fan of comic books because sometimes he does some deep
He loves
dives,
himself some
deep
Hickman.
cuts.
He loves Hickman so much.
But loving comic books and writing comic books are two very different things. And I get that even though he might like the medium, Coates has a lot of trouble with writing and operating within the medium. That's apparent. Like, he has trouble writing comic books.
It took a whole 15 issues for him to finally get into a groove.
His fucking Black Panther. Oh my God, that shit was a drag.
Those first 15 issues of Black Panther,
it read like
somebody was new to the book.
It read like somebody who didn't know how to write a comic book. It was so fucking fuck.
And then after that, it was like, oh.
And then the crazy thing, the shit won awards. And I'm like, how? How? It wasn't good. Like,
I think it was just the ideas.
Was that a pity award? Because that's what it looks like to me.
I think it's because we, up to that point, and also tying into Black Panther and Civil War and everything that was going on, boiling up to that, I enjoyed it, but like I said, it was very rough. But to the average person that maybe are like surface level with comic books, it read to them like the greatest shit ever.
That is,
and I get that, and I totally get that.
That is so sad.
I had to think back to that for a minute. I was
broke my heart. You just shouted my heart into 1,000 pieces.
I had to think about that for a minute because it was
holy shit.
I had to think about that for a minute because I was thinking back to because I remember it was me and D were reading it, and I think me and you and D were talking about that at that time. And D was like, "Dog, this shit's rough." I was like, "Dude, I know it's." Bro,
I was like, I couldn't, like, I don't understand it.
Like, and I understood people tapping out after like the first 5 issues, and I totally understood. And like I stuck with it. Like I said, Black Widow said it, the first 12 issues. Yeah, it was the first 12 issues of Black Panther. That was the first arc. You could tell it was somebody that really was like getting their feet wet into this.
Not understand.
And then it was like after that, it's like he finally figured out like, okay, boom, this is how I need to write these stories now. I was like, all right, cool. He finally found it. And granted, I would say his Captain America run is probably the strongest
of the two.
Ever,
I agree. I agree. Of the two, it's a better. Even the fucking Wakandans in space. Even between that, I feel like his Black Panther is the stronger book. It still has his coat-isms.
Yeah,
but it's overall a better comic because it feels like it's more written like a comic than his Black Panther run.
And that's the thing with Ultraman. It's like you can't get somebody that like I would give him credit if he said, "Hey, I watched some of the '60s Ultraman as a kid."
He said this motherfucking interview said he did not watch any of this shit. He said he did not care. He didn't know anything, but they just handed him the project and he was like, "Okie dokie." Like, you didn't need to say that out loud, bro. We didn't need to know that.
Is it more sad that, like, on top of that, though, we turn around and we see somebody like James Gunn, who we know is like unadulterated, like, yo, I love this toku shit. And we're like,
right. It's like
he wears that shit on his sleeve and don't give a fuck. Like, hey, I love fucking Ultraman. I love Kamen Rider. Like, yo, give me more Kamen Rider. I'm like, oh shit. Like, all right.
And we're saying this motherfucker somehow is writing an Ultraman book, which has like nothing at all. It doesn't even feel like an Ultraman book. It feels like a boring ass generic sci-fi, like postmodern deconstruction. It's like, it's so lame.
Oh, no, D. Why I say D? Prime. It's like Nolan's Batman films. It's a drama film featuring Batman, a guy dressed up as Batman. That's all the Ultraman comic is.
Well,
it's a sci-fi book featuring somebody that's Ultraman.
That's kind of sort of like Ultraman. We kind of talk about a little bit of Ultraman things a little bit, but like if you just remove the Ultraman elements, like the story would still be this boring ass, generic ass, milk toast ass sci-fi book. That's not interesting, not fascinating.
It'll basically be boring ass Ultra Q.
Right. It'll be the whack ass
Ultra Q is actually great. Ultra Q is great. So
Ultra Q is fantastic. So like that's disrespect to Ultra Q.
Both versions of Ultra Q is great. So it's like you would have basically made a boring ass Ultra Q comic. Like, how is that possible that you did this?
The book is so, bro. I finished that first miniseries and I clapped my hands and said, I am done.
Congratulations,
I am fucking done.
You did it.
You broke me. Jonathan Hickman's God is Dead didn't break me, but you broke me. You fucking broke me. I'm out.
Oh man, are you in on I saw a couple episodes of Revice. I'm digging it. At first it took me a minute to get used to the costume and the color of the costumes, the breast
You
cancer
don't
awareness month colors.
you don't
But
like cotton candy dinosaur man?
hey, when he transformed into the dinosaur, I was like, all right, I'm in. Fuck it. All right, I'm in.
Haven't seen it yet. I'm so behind on shit because I'm going to a massive marathon. I sent D a picture of the shows I'm watching on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'm going through old Thundercats. I just finished the Voltons TV show, so I'm living life, bro. I'm just chilling. So I'm gonna get to it eventually. Get into it there. I'm getting there. I just got the animated Ultraman and Ultraman 80 in on DVD. And that's now in my queue, so I'm starting that next.
I'm almost done with the Blu-ray collection of the OG Ultraman stuff.
I finished that shit. I finished that shit a long time
collecting
ago.
wise, because I'm telling you this, folks. Me and Prime will continue pushing Ultraman agenda. Like, I'm telling you, folks, you could buy the Blu-ray of Ultraman X for $20. Ultraman Geed, same thing. And here's the thing that wows me out, because I think God, who the fuck is the people that's putting out the Ultraman
Mill
stuff?
Creek.
Mill Creek put out this big like a graph of all the releases and stuff. It's a lot.
So
and then when you
crazy.
look at what they give you, like the Ultraman X package, for instance, it includes all 22 episodes of the series plus the movie. All those Ultraman ones includes the movie. Orb includes the movie. Geed includes the movie. I think both movies,
No, G just has one movie. Well, the only one they broke up was Orb, because Orb just comes with this movie, and I think they released the miniseries and
separately?
2 OVAs separately.
Okay.
So yeah, they pack a lot. Like, can you imagine like all the content we've gotten so far? Like, we've completed the Showa era Ultraman already.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if Shout Factory didn't stop and they kept releasing Sentai and they had the same, like,
they would have caught up already at this point.
We would be like, it's so fucking frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating. And that's not to say that's not like everything Mill Creek is doing is coming up roses, because like some of the subtitles and some of the sets have been substandard to say the least. Yeah. Like I noticed the cracks on the Neo Ultra Q set, and I was talking to my boy Alex. I said, hey, the subtitles on the Neo Ultra Q set's kind of sus. It's like they're not that good. And I was like, I didn't think anything about it. Didn't think anything about it. I was like, maybe it's just me because nobody else is talking about it. So I'll leave it alone. And then they came out with the Gridman set, and the Gridman set was using that really poor Toku HD script. Ooh. And it's like, yeah, that is rough. I hadn't watched it yet. I mean, I bought it because I'm supporting the brand and I like Gridman, but I hadn't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Then I hear that the subs on the Ultraman cartoon and the Ultraman 80 set is not great. Great. So
it's competent, but it could be better.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And they stopped giving us the digital codes for things. And I think I might have found out the reason why. So this morning I logged on to the Movie Spree app they have.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna watch a couple more episodes of Ultraman X to get myself refreshed for today's episode. And I noticed when I logged in, there's this big ass banner that says this app will be discontinued on September 30th. And I went, oh, that's why they stopped giving us the digital codes. Oh, okay. How come I didn't know about this, and how come nobody's talking about this right now?
Because they don't care. That's what it is.
Like, wow, that fucking sucks. I mean, look, still doing the Lord's work, but like I gotta call out bullshit when you do bullshit. And you're doing bullshit right now.
I mean, and then that's on top of like Shout Factory pushing out the Kamen Rider stuff still, which I think is great.
And they keep promising us. They keep promising us that 01, the physical is coming.
I mean, I need to know when, because like you gotta.
I'll believe it when I see it.
If Mill Creek is out here giving us promises and making and keeping them and stuff, you guys got to kind of do the same thing, because
right. And I forgot to mention, we still got Tiga, Dinah, and Gaia. They're releasing that this year. Like that's still
Tiga is up. I think. What is Tiga?
Yeah, Tiga and Dinah are up for pre-order, but Gaia's not yet. I don't think. I haven't looked. Last time I looked last week.
Yeah. I forgot the new Ultraman that's out right now is Trigger.
Yes, new episode airs today. I'm gonna watch that when we're done.
There's just so much stuff that's out. I was like, God, Jesus.
It is. Can we jump into Trigger real quick? Because it's something. All right, so I'm liking Trigger. Trigger is the new generation Tiga.
Right.
But I've been having just a little tiny problem, not problem, but so the show says it's new generation Tiga. So that's a lot of weight there. Like I expect
Hella weight.
I expect certain things of the show. But so far the show has felt less like Tiga and more like, actually, ironically, I say it feels a lot like Ultraman X. And it says, well, they have a lot of allusions to Tiga, and they mention things from Tiga, and it leads you to believe that it takes place in the same continuity as Tiga. Last week's episode, spoilers. I'm going to spoiler trigger now, so if you're still listening to me talking, that's your fault. I've already warned you. I apologize, but I got to bring this up. You've been fairly warned. So they revealed last week that the show actually does not take place in the same continuity as Tiga. It takes place in a separate universe, which is fine because Ultraman exists on a multiverse model. That's cool. That's great. But like, that's not what you advertised to me in the show. Like, you started off on Mars because Mars in the Tiga universe is colonized. And I feel like I should have known that that's not the case, because the show acts like Trigger is the first Ultraman, even though like only one character mentions Tiga, and the show doesn't make any mention of all of Dyna, and Dyna is a direct sequel to Tiga. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just I feel like, what's that meme? Those bastards lied to me. But like, you know, but it's still an enjoyable show. I still like it.
It's one of those. It's a situation, because for them to say next generation Tiga is kind of what they do in America when it comes to like trying to repackage something, right, to kind of get people to remember the old stuff for this new thing. And I'm like, right, do you really have to do that? Like,
and it really doesn't even feel like Tiga. Like, a lot of times he's not even fighting monsters from Tiga. Like, it feels just like a standard new generation show. As a matter of fact, it feels more like a new generation Ultraman show than Ultraman Z did.
Yeah, it's kind of like you might, if you're gonna go new generation, just go new generation.
Just say new generation. Just don't say. Just keep it on the same timeline, same continuity. Don't say like, oh, this is gonna be a Tiga reboot set in the same universe. Like, you didn't have to say that, bro. Just do Trigger. Like, your new generation shows have been doing pretty fine. Like Ultraman Z, stuff is falling. Ultraman Z is fine.
I'm convinced Higgins has dirt on folks to get all these toku comics he is, and then made an indie version just because. I mean, I've heard good things about that new comic and stuff, which I'm like,
right. Splendid Black, what's it called?
Like Splendid Black or something like. I heard good things about it, so I'm like,
good on y'all. I'm not reading it. I'm not gonna pick it up.
But let's be real. That's what happens when it's like you don't have to touch anything that's MMPR or anything that's previous, and you just do your own thing. You can make those kind of stories, which I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And
I would prefer him to make his own stories and do his spins instead of like doing bad versions of Power Rangers and Ultraman. Like, that's just me. That's just
because I mean, to be honest, what he's doing with Splendid Black is exactly what a lot of folks ask of a lot of creatives and stuff. It's like, yo, you can do your own thing, especially if it's like homaging to something that you probably like to a degree. You know, it's nothing, no problem with that. You know,
I would prefer that. Do your own spin, do your own take. I would read that. Like, or rather, I would have read that if I hadn't read his other stuff. Like, in a vacuum, I probably would like Radiant Black. It's Radiant Black. I probably would have liked Radiant Black in a vacuum, but it doesn't exist in the vacuum, so I can't.
So you said Ryuki is going to be out in November. Ryuki on DVD.
Is it on DVD? Hold on.
Right.
Is it on Amazon? Because I need to buy it.
Because Kamen Rider Ryuki, I'm like, if that's like going to actually come, that's actually going to come out, that would be pretty dope.
Well, hold on. What you say? What you say now?
Hold up. Because if that's a thing, I'm like,
get in my cart. Get in my cart immediately.
Oh no, it's just a Japanese thing, but it might be something coming from Shout Factory probably soon. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, probably from Shout Factory.
Don't raise my pressure like that. Don't get me excited. Don't give me hope.
It's like, hope, what is that? What is that? I mean, you know, but apparently Power Rangers, the full second season is up on the YouTube channel, which I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, they dropped that, and they also put up
Shout Toku channel on Tubi. Okay, all right. He said my bad.
Got so happy. If you can see on this desk right now, you can see I'm extremely happy. No, I'm
Yeah,
sad.
so yeah, all season 2 of MMPR is up on the YouTube channel, which I'm like, cool.
And they did Jungle Fury and Mystic Force 2, I think.
Yeah, I gotta see that. Yeah, hopefully they don't get the Inception copyright shit.
The Queen's Gambit copyright. Haha! I've struck myself to stop myself.
Saban's Power Rangers has put a copyright strike on the Saban's Power Ranger channel. Huh? Hasbro? It's like, yeah, you own it and you copyrighted it yourself. I'm sorry, like that's how bad YouTube's copyright system is. It's like Toei copyright strike their own fucking channel. I'm like,
I'm gonna say, and I feel like was it that live stream that Subaraya did where they acted like theirs got copy strike, but they were just bullshitting and they wrote it into the live stream they were doing. Like I think they were like making fun of that shit. Because I feel like Sabara is on that like dick swinging contest right now with Toei.
Oh yeah, so it's full seasons of NPR season 1, Dino Thunder, Wild Force, Jungle Fury, and Super Dino Drive. Okay, all right,
okay. Those are really interesting choices.
Well,
very interesting choices.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, like I said, as long as it gets to the point to where people can get access to them, but I will still push get physical copies, people.
Always, especially now with these lawsuits hitting left and right. Buy physical. Buy physical.
Lastly, before we go into Ultraman X, went to Ranger Stop and Pop some weeks back.
I was supposed to be there, and I'm upset I didn't get to go.
It was great. It was fun. It was great, going there for went there for one day. It was a Saturday. It was great. I have a newfound respect for Austin St. John. I mean, I talk my shit. Me and Prime have talked our shit about him and stuff. I think it's one of those situations where it's like, I never, full disclosure, it's not like he's like, oh man, he's a horrible person. No,
we joke because we love.
Yeah, we joke because we love and stuff like that. He made that statement, obviously, and I'm like,
I mean, obviously he said some clownish shit, but gotta call him out.
But knowing what happened with him and stuff, and I'm actually we're gonna have the videos going live for all the Ranger Stop stuff. Knowing the fact that like you have a full understanding of why he left the show, because we've talked before about hey, they just wanted to be paid for what they were and stuff, and and hey, you should be paid what you owed. You put all those hours in and stuff like that, makes sense stuff. And just knowing that like he left the show. He was homeless for a hot minute and stuff. And then, he got into doing the whole medical stuff. And then that's how he got to where he's at and stuff. It's actually pretty interesting knowing his journey up to that point. Cause I didn't even know the details of it and stuff. It was just like, oh shit, Jason's, Austin's back. Cool. And then I never knew the background. So knowing the background, it's like, oh shit. Like, wow, that sucks. You had to go through all that, and it's like, wow, okay, cool. And also seeing the Time Force crew reuniting, that was great. Seeing Katie still looking fine as hell.
I was supposed to go. Fuck my job. Fuck my job.
It was great seeing the Time Force crew there. Everybody was happy to be there. I loved it. Seeing the entire Beast Morphers crew, getting the inside dig on that one and stuff. Oh boy, that plays the Red Beast Morpher Ranger. That is a guy that clearly is just like, he's like the black JDF in the sense of like, yo, I love this Power Ranger shit, man. He got energy. He is just like, he's 100% all in on this shit. And I
would be too. I would the fuck would be too.
I mean, no, put it this way, all of them do. I ain't gonna even say it's just him, but it's like he is just like, yo, uber like, yo, I love this Power Ranger shit. This is fucking dope. This is great. And I'm like, you know what? That's great. That's I like that energy.
We need more of you. More of you.
We need more of it. Oh my god, man. I mean, hey, look, I wish every one of the cast members the best in their careers. I hope they move on to great things and stuff, and just keep that energy going forward, man, because they definitely enjoyed their time together as a group on that season and stuff. You can definitely tell they still got the camaraderie. They're still friends and everything, and I actually like that and stuff.
You love to fucking see it.
So, but yeah, Ranger Stop and Pop was definitely a fun thing to do, which galvanizes me to definitely go to Power Morphicon next year. Because
I got a better plan. I got to plan better next year. I have to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, shout out to Karen Ashley and them for organizing that and stuff amidst the COVID thing, and having the mandate didn't really hurt hurt the convention, which I think was great and stuff. So
Go figure.
Shout outs to them. Shout outs to them and stuff, especially in Georgia, where Georgia's been no fucks given since last year during this. So yeah. But Ultraman X, folks. Prime, you want to give them the lowdown, I guess, of what Ultraman X is and stuff?
All right, so Ultraman X is the last show to air during the Retsudan, new Retsudan programming block.
Mm-hmm.
And it's part of the new generation. It is the second new generation show. Yeah, Ginga X. Well, third technically. Ginga X and Ultraman X. So the story of Ultraman X is a solar flare called the Ultra Flare awakens mysterious artifacts around the world called Spark Dolls, which were the transformation devices used in Ultraman Ginga. Even though they use the Spark Dolls of Ginga, is not in the same universe as Ginga. Again, Ultraman multiverse model. So it causes these monsters to rampage and terrorize the Earth. So an organization is formed called GO, the Monster Attack Group of the show, to combat the monsters. So 15 years later, our main character Daichi is working as a member of the GO lab team, and he is doing experiments on his childhood Spark Doll of Gamora, trying to unlock his powers. He's an orphan whose parents got lost during the Ultra Flare. Mm-hmm. And he bonds with an Ultraman who comes to Earth called Ultraman X, and that's how our adventure kicks off and gets started.
One of the things that I enjoyed is this like one of the first Ultraman where the suit has a very much armored look to it. Was this kind of like the start of it?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. So like, I feel I'm trying to remember because I think a lot of the design elements was like they wanted to do an Ultraman with an armored or a knight-like design. Mm. So they kind of based him a little, obviously, on the original, and I think a little bit on Ultra 7. I could be misquoting somebody there. Please check my notes.
Because isn't Ultraman Ginga supposed to be like the son of Ultra 7 or something like that? One of them.
No, that's Zero.
Ultraman Ginga, Zero.
Ultraman Ginga is an Ultraman from the future.
Yeah, Zero was the one that Zero pops up in episode 5, and I'm like, all right, this is what
I mean, it seems like it's celebrating. It feels like an anniversary show. That's what I feel like we're talking. I forget which one it was I forget which one was celebrating. Was it like the something year of Ultraman or something? I forget what it was celebrating, but it's celebrating something.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's just also me, but Ultraman X really feels like he fit in right at home with Gridman shit. Like he feels like a cyber armor. He feels like a technology heavy Ultraman. And one thing I really like, because it's something that I wanted to see in Ultraman for a long time, is like, power up armor like that. Like they kind of sort of do it in Ginga with Victory and his monster arms. Mm-hmm. But Ultraman X takes it to the degree that I wanted to see, where he gets like, power up suits to fight the monsters.
Prime. Gotta sell them toys.
Gotta move that plastic, baby.
Every time he beat a monster, he got a new form. Like, and there's a new toy, and there's another toy. Oh, and the cards, and that. I'm like,
gotta Mega Man that shit up, bro.
I know them toys for Ultra X that year had to be selling like hotcakes.
Had to. You had two gimmicks. You had the fucking cards, and you had the fucking Spark Dolls. They were hand over fist.
And the sword. And the sword for the power up.
No, I'm talking about collectible gimmicks.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Two collectible gimmicks. You had the fucking cards and you had the fucking Spark Dolls. Collecting them checks.
Man, look, it's every time he had a new form, I was like, oh, this is dope. I find it funny too that the first monster, much like everything in Ultraman, is literally fucking Bemueller. Very first monster offer him. I was like, oh, it's Bemueller again. He's back.
Okay, cool. Gotta fight Dinosaur. Gotta fight Discount Godzilla. It's all good.
That was his first. That was his first monster. That was one of his first powered up forms. Was from that monster, wasn't it? I think it was. Yeah.
Well, again, I just recently watched the show last year. Not everything is fresh.
I watched it last week, and it only took me like 2 days to get through it because that was like quick. It was like.
But I do remember the broad strokes and all the important details.
But like the biggest thing out of this, and this is where I think a lot of folks that always talk about I hate plot holes in movies, they will lose their shit at the fact that you get episodes like I said, episode 5, boom, Ultraman Zero pops up and they're teaming up, and I'm like, where the fuck this come from? All right, fuck it, let's just watch it.
Well, see, we're also watching this completely devoid. There was an anthology show that was airing at the same time that did like, it was like Ultraman greatest hits that show like different greatest moments with characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So the characters that popped up in the episodes they popped up in, well, one, if you're watching an Ultraman show, the show is assuming you understand or you know from somewhere that Ultraman operates on the multiverse model. And the characters that popped up, I think, right around the times they were coming in, they had a spotlight episode on that anthology show that was airing around the same time. So it was like marketing, baby, branding deals, baby.
I mean, because like I think my fave team up, which I thought was dope, was the Ginga and Victory one, the 2-parter.
Yes, that is good. That is how a team up episode should be done. That is an amazing episode.
I mean, because it was like, because some of the 2-parters in there sneak up on you because you don't expect it. Like the one with the Medusa monster and the dude that had the golden Zord or whatever and stuff. I was like, this is a 2-parter. I'm like, okay, all right, interesting. And the Ginga and Victory one, because I never watched Ginga and Victory, so that was like my first time getting acclimated to that world and stuff. And then I found out I think Ginga has like 11 episodes. I'm like, I guess I need to watch that, and watch Victory and stuff and get attached to that. But like those episodes do a good job. In fact, and it's probably what the show episodes are trying to do, make you want to go back and watch those shows, because now you're like, hey, who are these characters? Yes, and they give you an idea of them, and then you're like, I actually want to kind of watch that season now. And then you go back and want to watch it.
Yeah, Ultraman does that in spades, even like the show and shit. Like I always get a pop-up when like Ultra 7 or Zoffy comes in out of nowhere, and that's what they do. Like it shows the camaraderie and it shows the connections. What I really like I say, like that Ginga and the Ultraman Max episodes, like I think if you're gonna do like a team up episode, like those 2 episodes are the episodes you need to watch, because that's how you fucking do them. When you respect the characters from the shows they're coming in from, and then you get to have like really cool interactions. But I mean, like Ultraman is like they just do it well. Like just recently in Ultraman Trigger, like the episodes of Ultraman Z are fucking amazing. Like they're good episodes, but they're still a team up. Like no one's overshadowing anybody, but like the characters are respected. Like you don't have to shit on the old character or prop up the new character artificially to have a good episode. Like it's just they're all equal. It's so refreshing to see that, because we don't see that often over here.
Yeah, because Show is out there fucking literally beating the shit out of fucking Daichi to teach him how to use the sword. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to teach you how to use this damn sword and stuff in order to, properly, use your power right. And just they go through the whole Rocky montage training and stuff, which I thought was dope. It was great. I love it and stuff. And all of a sudden, boom, now he knows how to use the Ultraman Rainbow, power and stuff. And I'm like, all right, I like it. And it's like, now I want to go back and watch freaking Victory now. Now I want to watch Ginga. Even the one with, Ultra Nexus. Never watched Nexus whatsoever.
I haven't seen Nexus yet, but I'm like, I kind of want to watch Nexus now. I gotta get it on my list.
And clearly, What's-Her-Face isn't really the original host of Nexus, but just the fact of how they introduce Nexus and her transforming into Ultraman Nexus and stuff, and she flies to Canada, which is the most funniest joke ever, because one of the characters is like, Canada? Like, huh? Like, all right, she flew to Canada and then flew back, and it's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, I should question how she can do that, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm fine with this. Just she can transform, cool. She's in the host, fine, whatever. I'm fine with that. That works and stuff. So, trying to think, but all the Ultraman episodes where he teamed up with other characters was great. Even the organization that he's a part of, which is
Gion. Like Geo. I say Gion. Geo. They are an effective group. Like, generally the monster attack team is just kind of there to sell the toy vehicles and to give the humans something to do, so we're not completely helpless. But like a lot of the times they're not really that effective. These motherfuckers were a well-oiled monster fighting machine.
You have Dr. Gorman, the alien, giving you fucking tech that won't be developed for like another 1,000 years and shit, complete with guns that shoot out ultra beams that could pretty much kill a monster without Ultraman. It's like, yeah, I mean, did you really? I mean, yeah, you need Ultraman there, clearly, obviously.
Yeah. But fuck, them three Nissan cars are putting in work, bro.
There should have been a commercial. Yo, I like the idea that each car brought a different version of all the weapons that they had. So like, I think the truck was basically the tank. I think one of the cars was the plane, and I think it was another car that was like the space vehicle. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a space vehicle, which they got. Was it episode 5?
Yeah, and what gets me is like,
Yes.
why do y'all just have one booster? Shouldn't y'all have like one for each car?
Well, money. I don't know what the Japanese budget was for Zio, but I guess all the money was for the bitchin' ass base because I did like that base.
Right. We can get boosters, or we can have this giant X-shaped building, these sick ass leather jackets. Which one you want? Can't have them both though, bro.
Hey, look. I have grown attached to the fact that the evolution of Ultraman organizations and their uniforms gradually just getting more badass as the season goes and stuff. Because like, look, Genga and Victory's fucking organization fucking outfits. I was like, I actually like those. They're pretty dope. I want them. I don't know how, but I want them right now.
What's that? Then we get to fucking Z in them damn potato sack jumpsuits.
I feel it's like a downgrade. It's like, so guys, you not have enough in your budget to like, get some.
Like, look, you can get a sick ass leather jacket, or you can get these 3 giant robots. You can't have both. Which one you want? God damn it!
It's like, what if I put my own money into it? Nah. One or the other.
Can't have both. You want this giant robot? Get in the robot. Get in the fucking robot.
I'm still amazed that even to this day, that Ultraman. It's like, for me, a grown-ass adult, I'm still captivated at the idea of just Ultraman as being, when they film it, it's just a dude in a suit fighting another guy in a suit, and it still works effectively.
The model work in this show is like traditional, is amazing. So like, I think the standard, and again, check my math if I'm wrong, I apologize.
All right.
But I think that the regular scenes are just people were filmed with the standard red camera, but like all the special effects shots, they were done with the GoPro. Now you're probably wondering, well, what does that mean, Prime? Well, the GoPro helps because of the the lens.
Yeah.
It gives the monsters and shit like a different sense of scale. So like, for example, the first episode, like that cool ass tracking shot with the monster like breathing the fire to the city, like that shit looked amazing.
Oh, it did look great.
It looked fucking phenomenal.
I mean, on top of that, like, I also forget that sometimes they also be fighting monsters on the ground, and some of them hand-to-hand fights.
Putting in work. Like, they are effective as fuck.
Like the two-parter where they were fighting old girl and her monster, like, general and stuff on the ground. I was like, this is like fucking Super Sentai fight-esque. Like,
would you guess who directed it? Guess who directed that episode?
Who?
Guess. Who do you think directed that episode?
What, Koichi?
Of course, Sakamoto. Of course,
Sakamoto
did that. Yes. All them girls in shorts doing flips and shit. You don't think Koichi Sakamoto was involved, sir?
I forgot that he does dabble in Kamen Rider and Ultraman at times. I completely forgot that. That he's not just strictly Super Sentai. He does dabble. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because them fights were like crisp,
dope as fuck.
And it is a breath of fresh air because you forget. Because I think that's part of the reason why, like, I do enjoy the Ultraman Netflix show. It's like you forget, like, it ain't all Ultraman being giant. He will fight some monsters on the ground. So when you get them, it's like, oh, I forgot they are capable on the ground to just put their fist and ass in fucking monsters on the ground if they choose. Like, even the monsters at one point. These are monsters.
You know what? You know what? We shouldn't be too shocked that Geo is like such a badass group because their fucking commander is Dr. Maki from Kamen Rider O's.
This is true. And also all the characters get like episode like focuses and stuff, like what's his face? Their head God damn it. Fucking forgot. I had his name right up. Damn it. I had it up. But was it? Is it? Nope, that's not it. Trying to think, was it? Nope. Basically, a dude that had his daughter's wedding and stuff, and we get the backstory that his wife died and stuff, and him working kind of took away from being with his daughter, and his daughter was like, "Hey, can you at least come to my wedding?" And I like how they kind of played up like, we gotta kind of beat this monster so the chief can get to his daughter's
wedding. So you can't have a wedding? It's all like, I gotta do my job to keep you safe. Like,
I mean, I thought it was interesting because it's like his daughter wasn't necessarily pissed off at him.
Yeah, I like that ending because, like, in any other show, like she'd be like, if it was on the CW, she'd been all her fucking feelings, like, "Fuck you, Dad.
I hate you. The job is tearing the family apart." Ultraman X will be right back after these messages.
Right. But like, it's actually done like in a really mature, nuanced way. Like that was really good.
It's like there's no resentment, but it's like.
And I think I'm
not angry that mom died, but it's just I wish that you were like, with me a little bit more. But
which is understandable.
That the job took you away from me a little bit.
She had an actual human reaction, like she had an actual conflict. Like it was good. It's good. And it was also, wasn't there an episode of was it Return of Ultraman or was it Ultraman? It was Return of Ultraman had a similar episode where the dude he couldn't be home with his family because he was always like protecting the planet.
Yeah.
Was it Return?
It might have been Return.
Somebody help me out in the comments.
I mean, Shotaro. Captain Shotaro. Yeah, he's the one that had a daughter, and they had to focus on that and stuff. And I do like the fact that, again, they don't play up the stick. I'm so used to it, like American shows and stuff, like the captain is like hard grizzled and is like, hey, stern. He's like, no. Like the first episode, he literally tells his guys, hey, yo, help out the giant guy right now.
Right.
We ain't gonna shoot him. No, help him out. Just
he's like, oh, he's fighting a monster, supporting fire. Like, so that was, they cut out that do we trust the giant man who's fighting the monsters? Like. But you know what? Because it's Gion, they're probably like, if he had a hand, we got his ass. It's good. We got
it. You know what? I don't think the only thing that should have bothered me but didn't was also how Daichi was able to dodge all the way up until like the last 2 episodes that he was X the whole time in terms of situations. Because there was one time it like he got blown up, right? And old girl was like, no, Daichi.
Look. Dr. Gorman, he knew that shit. Dr. Gorman knew.
I mean, Dr. Gorman. He just didn't say shit. He was just like, yeah, I know you're Ultraman X, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
But bro, that episode, like when Daichi said some shit and Gorman looked at him and was like, and then like they're doing that fucking power up and he left that card unguarded. I was like, why'd he leave that there?
No, it was
why he leave that there?
It was when Ultraman X got lost in the Matrix, and Daichi was like, hey, maybe if we go into the computer, I can get Ultraman X out. And Dr. Gorman was like, yeah, sure, that's a great idea. I know you're Ultraman X, but I'm gonna let it go.
Right. Like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
He like cryptic shit is like, yeah, look, Dr. Gorman was the man. This fucking goddamn man.
I just like episode 2 when the tourists are going through there and they see him when you first see him and shit, and they all freaking out, and like the tourists like, yeah, that's a doctor, he's an alien, he lives here, he gave us the technology. It's
what are you gonna do?
It's great.
What are you gonna do?
It's great.
We feed him. He's good.
That's par for the course of Ultraman because they're very matter of fact about aliens being on Earth. Like, yeah, it's normal. It's fine. It's great.
Yeah, that's one of the series directors. That's actually one of his mandates. Again, check my notes, please. But I think one of the things he said when they were depicting the aliens and the monsters, he's like so one of the core things of Ultraman X is connections and coexistence and connecting bonds.
Yeah.
And so like one of the goals they set out to how they present the monsters and the aliens was just to show them as just another form of life.
Yeah.
So that's why you have shit like Dr. Gorman is. That's why I have sometimes a lot of the monsters, like if they were left alone, the monsters would just be chilling because like they're just seen as like just another form of animal life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even Dude's brother, he was roommates with 3 of the aliens. And he knew the whole time. Like you knew? It's like, yeah, I kind of knew that you were aliens the whole time.
Bro, that's that fucking soccer episode, bro.
It's rugby.
Rugby. That fucking rugby episode. It's the greatest 30 minutes of television to ever exist.
I mean, I didn't think anything would ever top the Samurai Champloo baseball shit, but that probably would top it.
Oh, that shit that episode washes that episode easily. Easily washes that episode.
I didn't think it could beat it out, and then I saw it, I was like,
nigga,
this shit beats it out.
Power washes that episode. The fucking
got these motherfuckers out here.
Instead of a giant organization. Fucking gang organization that comes down.
instead of it being literal, like, hey, giant fight, like, nah, nigga, this shit's gonna be rugby fight. Let's go.
Pick up sticks. Nah, nigga, literally, let's go.
Rugby. Let's
Pick
fight.
him up. Do
And
this
I'm
shit
just
tournament
and
style.
the fact that this all was predicated on the brother getting kicked off the team and shit, like it was just kind of like, yeah, that's perfect. If you want to do an episode like that, that's the way to do it and stuff. I still laugh at how that episode was. Like, they're in there fucking just talking and stuff, and all of a sudden you think a meteor hit, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's the alien kid from the other planet. It missed us. Hey, you're here. And I'm like, so you just fucked up the dude's place, and boom, y'all just showed yourself as aliens. Well, I already knew you guys were aliens the whole time. Oh, huh. Well, the cat's out the bag right now. So what do we do now? It's like, we're gonna play rugby to save the Earth. That's what we're gonna do.
Greatest episode of television. Like, if you want to know if you should watch Ultraman X, well, first I say you should watch the Ginga. Watch the Ginga crossover, then watch the rugby episode.
Yeah, do that.
Do that. Those are 2 episodes to watch. And look, spoilers, you'll love it. The show is great.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's just great. And also, you get Daichi's 2 boys. They have an episode focus where they both are pissed off at each other and stuff.
Look, they violate the sacred rules. How dare you try to put a hoe before the bro? How dare you?
They were really pissed. I'm like, dog, like she whipped both you guys' ass. I mean, what do you want? Like,
what you gonna do?
It ain't that serious, man. It ain't that serious. And again, they literally, by the end of the episode, they made up, and I was like, yeah, it's not that hard, guys. Come on, like just kiss and make up. You'll be fine. You'll be great.
Yeah, kiss slowly,
but surely, slowly
in the frame. Look him in the eye. Look him in the eyes. Look him in the eyes. Excellent.
It's like, excellent.
Good.
Oh man, this does really feel like an extension of Gridman, though. Oh, I was just thinking about it, just everything. I'm like, how was this not like a Gridman sequel unofficially?
Right. It really does feel like if this shit took place entirely in cyberspace, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Or you found the excuse to bring Gridman into the real world through that shit or something.
That's the one crossover I wish they had done.
Hold on, didn't they? No, they never did Gridman and Ultraman. No,
they never crossed I'm waiting.
Opportunity. That's missed opportunity.
I'm waiting.
Just saying, Toei. Hey, Gridman, Ultraman X crossover.
Gridman's popping off right now. Come on, got a cartoon. He's dope. Everyone loves him.
Just get it. Just get it. But yeah. This there's really not much to say because, like I said, the Ultraman crossovers, the 2-parters, even the Monster of the Day stuff, they do. I think 22 episodes was a sweet spot to where it didn't overextend themselves because you got enough characterization for the whole Zeo team with certain episodes. You got there's actually the whole overarching thing of Daichi trying to find his family, because I think the episode with Ultraman Zero, he finds out through the singular point how to travel to other dimensions. And I think it was the professor even told him about that. Like, yeah, if you have a singular point, you'd be able to travel to another dimension. All right, cool. And then that's when you find out like his parents may or may not be dead. They might be stuck in the other dimension, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So that's another background thing and stuff, because he's listening through his little headphones and stuff, or the faint voices of his parents and stuff, and he's kind of going back and forth with that. And again, nobody hears Ultraman X on his little communicator thing that every time he talks.
Right, he's loud as hell. He loud as a motherfucker. No one says anything. I think
the monster is going to go in there and blow up the buildings.
Yo, X, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. And look. That's also another thing I really like about the show. So traditionally, Ultraman are either bonded to a person and they don't have any, saying what's going on, or they're the Ultraman wearing a flesh suit. What I like about Ultraman X is that there's a partnership between Daichi and X. So like they have a camaraderie, and it's like he's like a mentor. Like, it's not like a situation where Jack fuse would go and then say shit for the whole episode unless he's like, don't do that, nigga. Like, the only time Jack said anything was like, stop. Don't do that. You gonna help me out? Nah, bro.
Hold on, which Ultraman was it? I forgot. I think it might have been Ultraman Victory, where dude was like, it was kind of like a bonding to where even when dude was like unconscious, the Ultraman could take over his body and just go Ultraman without his say so. It's one of the Ultraman series where that could happen. It might have been either Ginga or it might have been Victory. One of those two.
Yeah, Victory and Ginga are the Ultraman. Oh. Well, was it Well, it's Genga. Genga's complicated because he's bonded to the Genga Ultraman from the future, but he is Genga. But Genga is him. And anyway, I'm trying to remember who are you talking about. Like
No,
it sounds
no.
familiar.
Nexus, I think it was. Nexus was the one where it was basically like subconsciously he's controlled by Ultraman in a way, by that Ultraman somehow, some way and stuff. Even when like if he's like the Ultraman would just transform without his say so kind of thing and stuff. I think I might be wrong on that one though. It's one of the Ultramans where it's kind of like this, the first one that you said where they kind of like bonded together, but subconsciously he doesn't know it, kind of thing.
It's not. You're not thinking about that movie where Zero was bonded with that dude.
It might be Zero.
Where Zero was. What was the dude's name from that movie where they were bonded and like they were fighting for control?
It might have been. It might have been the Zero movie I might be thinking of.
Because that's one thing I think that's kind of like what you're describing. And there's also, only ones I'm thinking about are the ones where the Ultraman was the person. So
yeah, it might be the Zero. It might be the Zero movie that I might be thinking of. But I don't know.
But
what is it?
Let us know in the comments, y'all.
All I know is the fact that X is just stuck in this computer, and I'm like, so no body, huh? Just
no way. That loud ass pager, huh? Anybody saying shit about it. But at least, like I said, at least X like offers some guidance. Like he's kind of like a mentor to Daichi. Like he doesn't just like leave him out in the cold, and they have like a friendship.
Even when Victory is whooping his ass, like, hey, don't swing that sword that way. And I'm like, so you just out here just like, hey, you got it, guy. You're good. You're great.
I mean, what's he gonna do? What else is he gonna do? I'm stuck here, Daichi. I'm stuck here.
I'm stuck here. I mean, I mean, I'm surprised that there was no push for the Toyotas at the time of X coming out for the vehicles.
Bro, there had to be. There had to be.
So
I want to go. I want to go look on YouTube. There had to be some Ultraman X Toyota crossover commercials. There had to be. It has to be.
Man.
They were pushing them shits.
Because I find it funny too that there was flashbacks to Ultraman Ace at one point in this show, and I was like, Ace. Like, all right, I guess, sure, fine, But yeah, I was gonna watch the movie too, but I was like, you know what? Let's take the movie for another time. That's like separate from this and stuff.
Oh, I love the movie. We're not gonna talk about the movie. Okay, we'll save it later. Save it later. Because I kind of want to do a commentary on that one. Okay, it's a good movie. I like it.
Hey, I heard good things about it, so I would be going to that fresh, like just there and stuff. But also, like the thing with this show was like, as we talked about earlier, where it's like it wasn't just every monster wasn't bad. Like they had the pollen monster that wasn't bad. It was actually helping the Earth and stuff, and it was kind of emphasizing like not all the monsters here on Earth are necessarily like evil.
Yeah. That's one thing I liked. And I'm also surprised. I'm really surprised that he didn't have a team up episode with Ultraman Cosmos because it's kind of Cosmos's thing.
Man,
I was gonna say serenading. Coexisting with the monsters and like trying to build a place for them to live too. And most of the times, like X, if you notice, most of the times he doesn't destroy the monsters; he just turns them back into spark dolls.
Yeah. I mean. What is your favorite Ultraman X form? If you had to pick one. If
I had to pick one, I really, really like. I'm biased, but I really, really like the Gamora arms. Okay. Just because I like Gamora, because Gamora is the shit. Mm-hmm. But I really like Exceed X a lot. Like I like the little rainbow sword. That shit's also my jam. So I gotta flip a coin. Let's just say on the even number of days is Gamora arms, on odd number of days is Exceed X.
All right, fair. If I had to pick one, I like the Let King, and I did like the hybrid one, but I think hybrid is kind of cheating a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Zedin and the Let King. Those are like my top two. I did like Exceed X though, I ain't gonna lie. But those are like my two armaments and stuff. Because I'm a sucker for anything dealing with a gun that looks dope as hell. So it's always great. And also the episode with Zedin that kind of set up the whole crossover with what was it? Was it Ultraman Max? Yeah, I think that was the one with Ultraman Max, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
which was great because when they did the reveal of the dude popping out of nowhere and shooting his doppelganger, I was like, the fuck is going on here? And it's like,
Shenanigans.
oh, shenanigans ahoy! Because the episode, I think what was great about that crossover is that
That dude was so obviously evil.
it was too good to be true, and even I fell for it because I was like, something feels off, but hey, maybe this might be something where it actually might turn out to be good. And then as soon as he got shot, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, he was bad. No wonder. Okay, never mind. I feel stupid.
Yeah, I haven't seen Max yet, so I'm really excited. Like this episode has me really pumped to watch that. So Mill Creek, I'm waiting. Where's my Max Blu-ray?
That and also I got a good laugh out of the monster that was pretty much a terrorist just blowing up fucking factories and shit. I was like, yo, this is fucked up, man.
Right.
Yo, because even when those two dudes are fighting each other, he's like, hey, fighting each other, and we're done.
Didn't know we had the monster IRA going on here. Okay.
Man. Monster IRA.
So it's like that, huh? Okay.
Yo, if he had an Irish accent, I will fucking actually. You know what? If they did Ultraman X in America and they had voice, he needs to be Irish for no fucking reason. Just make him Irish, just cause.
Bro, sir, you are offensive, sir. Sir.
Let's get Stephen Bloom to do an Irish accent for that monster.
Sir.
I will pay good money for that easily.
Flag on play.
Hey, look, I didn't do it. Hey, they threw the alley oop. I mean, come on, it has to go in at that point. You got to do that and stuff. But yeah, the finale, like the last two episodes are actually pretty good. And the thing of it is, the build up to the finale with God, the fucking monster was it
Griza? Was it Griza?
Griza, I think Griza. They built that up to the fact that certain episodes there was like this black matter lightning that would come down and like uber power the monsters and stuff. And they were like, huh, where is this coming from? And then you find out that it was coming from Griza the whole time, pretty much, because he was pretty much showing his return and stuff. And they did a pretty good job of showing the dire straits of the finale of it all and stuff. You know, again, the Ultraman getting killed, put in quotes here, killed. And, you know, Daichi having his vision journey, visiting his family and trying to figure out things and stuff, and then boom, we get that and stuff. Also Daichi, you know, his the monster that his dad left behind ends up becoming his partner during one of the early episodes and stuff, which I thought was actually pretty dope. So that was like his Dragon Zord.
Yeah, Gamora, the best boy.
Yes, which I thought was actually pretty great. I didn't expect
was it the second time Gamora was a hero?
What was the first time?
Ultra Galaxy, like that long ass title show. Ultra Fantasy Monster Great Mega Battle. I forget the name of the show. It's a long ass title. I just call it Monster Mega Battle with Raymond. You haven't seen that yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Gamora is awesome though.
I'm catching up on a lot of this stuff with Ultraman. So like the Ginga and Victory stuff didn't necessarily surprise me, because I think when we did that commentary for the movie, they were in that film already up, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were already in there. So it's like I had a general idea of them. So it's like, all right, cool. But some of the other stuff is like, okay, I'm slowly getting into that and stuff. So, but like I said, I like the idea of it and stuff. The cyber kaiju. The aesthetic of them look pretty dope too. So I mean,
pretty fucking awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, it's just 22 episodes and really much to really hit on and stuff. Like I said, I think it's worth it. Like I said, it's $18 on Amazon to get Ultraman X plus the movie. Buy it, guys. I'm just saying, like the Super Sentai stuff, buy it while you can. I'd like to think the fact that at some point in time, if I have a kid, I can just be like, hey, Ultraman, take off the shelf and show it to him. Boom, right. No issues.
Right, let's go. The
fact that I'm gonna have an Ultraman collection is surreal as hell, Prime. I'm just saying.
Right, isn't this so? Doesn't that shit feel fucking weird?
Like, I mean, it was already weird to get a Super Sentai collection, but the fact that I'm getting Ultraman, I'm like,
Ultraman. And so much of it. We have so much of it already. How?
Dude, they start going full tilt on the Kamen Rider releases. I'm gonna lose my 9-year-old me would lose his shit at the fact that this is happening right now. Like, are you kidding me? More Kamen Rider DVDs? I get to watch it anytime. Oh my god!
It's crazy. It's like you see that picture of my shelf where I'm like, it's amazing what domestic release does to a motherfucker.
I mean, just
Toei, I want to give you my money too.
Please. I'm looking at Hasbro on this one because I really feel Toei has no problem with continuing the Super Sentai stuff. It's just, yo, Hasbro, so you money, what's up? Like,
I'm telling you, man, they don't want something else on the market competing with their brand for when they do their CW era Power Rangers.
But Prime, I think we've seen it before that two things can coexist and still make money. Like,
not to Hasbro. Not to Hasbro.
I mean, Marvel learned the hard way that you can't sit there and handicap one thing because both can coexist. You can't just fuck up the X-Men in the comics thinking that it's going to get people on the side. No, both can coexist, guys.
You're making too much sense. So therefore, this will never happen.
It's a shame that Inhumans got fucked over in the process of them learning that lesson, but you know, it's Hasbro, man. I'm pretty sure people will watch the Super Sentai and they'll watch your new CW show and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You know we won't. Because I'm not. If I had the option, the ripcord is already being slowly pulled as we speak.
Prime, I'm too entrenched in this toku stuff to just not look. After watching Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters, I really can't be picky about the CW shit that they're doing with Power Rangers. I feel I have no I can't just stand on my fucking platform of being bitching about that shit when we came from the era of Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters. I feel I don't really have
I see that
die on that one.
I get that, but that's because we didn't have any other option. Now we have options. Now there are options. I don't have to watch this shit.
It's just I don't need somebody getting on my neck like, you guys watched this back in there. I'm like, yeah, we watched Mystic Knights. That's true. That's very much true. It shot for the moon. It definitely did, but
I mean, I'd rather you do that than what Hasbro's going to do, because Hasbro's not going to shoot for the moon. They're going to be aiming clearly at the ground.
Real quick, I'm gonna say something about this just to end this off here. All right, I'm of the school of thought: be careful what you wish for. I understand people saying that, hey, you know what, Dino Fury isn't their thing. That's fine and fair. I get it. You have a problem with some of the writing. That's fair. I think that's 100% fair. I feel putting all your chips in on Hasbro and their new thing, it ain't the move.
That's not the look.
I get it because Dino Fury. I totally get it. It ain't hitting the sensibility that you want out of Power Rangers. I totally get it. You want it to be, somebody brought up that, hey, I want bad guys to be like Mesagog from, Dino Thunder. That's fair. Hey, I like to see bad guys back to that. That would be dope.
I love Master Org. I love it.
Yeah, I want those villains back and stuff. Granted, I don't mind the cheesy villains from this one because, again, they're trying to appeal to kids. Kids are watching.
Yeah. Again, it's a kids show. People need to remember that when they start talking about shit like this is for kids.
So even if
it's fine that we can enjoy it and join in too, but don't lose sight of the target audience here.
Because even if I am sort of rolling my eyes, but I'm still kind of like, I want to see where this Lord Zed and Dino Fury goes. I get it. I'm just saying, be careful what you wish for with Hasbro. I want to see a product before I put my chips in on that.
Look,
like I need a trailer of what the concept is going to be.
Look. I am a Transformer and G.I. Joe collector. I've been there and done that with Hasbro. So like they have burned through all of my goodwill. So I know to not expect most things from them. That's why I'm like,
I'd say G.I. Joe probably didn't catch as much hell as Transformers, because at least with G.I. Joe, it's like, well, we got the Snake Eyes movie, which Jesus. That was, I watched it again for the third time, and as much as I still enjoy it, it is lacking in energy.
I wish it was a G.I. Joe movie.
It's a Snake Eyes movie. It is
not. It
is a very basic Snake Eyes movie that could have been more, and it says a lot. It says a lot that Retaliation did more for the ninjas,
right?
Than what this did,
right? And I would even say that I wouldn't say it's a Snake Eyes movie. I would say it's a generic hero action man movie.
It's really a Storm Shadow movie if you think about it.
It's more Storm Shadow than Snake Eyes because that motherfucker is not Snake Eyes. I don't know what the fuck that cunt is. He is not Snake Eyes.
Dude disguised as Snake Eyes.
We're
waiting for the Ray Park Snake Eyes to come out of nowhere and just uppercut him out of nowhere.
Get my goddamn ass back. Like, bro, watching that whole movie, I was sitting there like, Like, why is Snake Eyes such a cunt? Like, what the fuck? Like, why is he such a villain in this movie? Like, I understand where Storm Shadow is coming from. Storm Shadow was the hero of this movie. What is going on? Why is he such an insufferable asshole?
Now, the next movie, it starts off with Henry Golden's throat getting slit and he's silent. I'm like, all right, cool.
Look,
got you,
bro. That spoilers for a movie y'all really don't care about. So the whole last act
is free on Paramount Plus. You don't have to pay money in theaters.
Bro, the whole third act, I was waiting for his throat to get slit by that MacGuffin because that would have been karmatic justice.
Burn.
Yes, I was waiting on it. I was like, well, he has to get his throat burned by that thing that he calls. Like, he has to get some come up. Oh, he's not getting comeuppance? What the fuck is going on here?
He puts on the mask at the end and says, I have to find Storm Shadow, and Storm Shadow is part of Cobra now.
I'm like, what the fuck? Who wrote this? Like, what the fuck?
Upside though. Love and Baroness though. They haven't fucked up Baroness.
Look, I had a little bit of problem with baby Baroness, but like I admit, I was digging her. I was into it.
I even like not Lady J, the other chick,
Scarlet.
I kind of like it.
Wasn't a fan. She didn't have Scarlet energy. She didn't have Scarlet energy.
She had the visuals of it, but just the energy wasn't quite there.
No, I wish she wasn't doing it for me. I was kind of sad because actually Scarlet and Baroness were two of the things I was looking forward to the most. And my thing is like, if you're gonna put Scarlet in a Snake Eyes movie, and not have Scarlet and Snake Eyes have dialogue, I have a problem with that.
She was just there as like, hey, we're gonna do a G.I. Joe spinoff. So
that's like putting Lois Lane in a Superman movie and having them not interact with each other. Like, actually, it doesn't make.
Hey, if we're gonna keep it Ultraman, that would be like that episode when Ultraman Max came through and he never interacted with the team. He's just there. He fights the monster and bounces. Doesn't even say, "Hey, what's up?" He just goes in there, punches and fights and flies off. It's like
that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't. For those playing along at home, Snake Eyes and Scarlet are the OTP.
Yeah.
And so like to have them not interact or talk or even look at each other, I find that extremely problematic.
It's weird.
It's very strange. Very strange.
So it's like it was a competent movie, but it was definitely, like you said, it wasn't a Snake Eyes movie. Like I was entertained, but it's like like I said, it says a lot that the energy of Retaliation with the ninja stuff had more like oomph to it than what this did.
In this shit. Like
especially considering that I felt the fights in this one was a little bit better than Retaliations to a degree. I like the choreography of it.
I haven't seen Retaliation in a couple of years, so I can't immediately comment on that, but I do remember liking that cliffside action sequence from Retaliation a whole lot.
But they focus more on like the ground stuff. So dude that plays Storm Shadow, he's from that show Warrior. So they focus a lot on like the hand-to-hand and stuff, which I thought was great. I think the same. I feel the same way about a Snake Eyes movie, the way I feel about a Shang-Chi movie. I feel like them action scenes need to be on point. You need to grab them niggas from the raid, and this shit needs to be bloody and fucking brutal. Which, I mean, I know you probably didn't see Shang-Chi. They nailed it in Shang-Chi. I will give, if you give credit to Shang-Chi, they definitely did their homework and was like, hey, if we're going to fucking nail these action scenes, we got to get the Jackie Chan stunt crew. We got to get everybody, and they nailed it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go probably see it either this weekend or next. So I'm waiting to see it.
Or you can
wait
a couple weeks, it hits Disney Plus.
But like my nigga, this motherfucker's book was called The Deadly Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu.
He has deadly hands in this movie. So there's no worry on that one.
This shit needs to be impeccable, is all I'm saying.
Oh, he has deadly hands.
I need to be sitting in the fucking third row with my theater glasses going, what a fantastic punch.
Oh, yo, he has deadly hands. They did not fucking skimp on that shit. So it's like, all right, cool. So it's like,
that's actually, look, that's my bar. That's really where I'm at with a Shang-Chi. Like, he needs to be beating the shit out of motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, when they
handedly.
That was I think that was everybody's concern, was like, all right, cool. So I don't want to turn to Shang-Chi, but anyways, like, just the thing with the Power Rangers and everything, it's like, look, if you're going to do this, I need to see some product before I start going all in on this.
Right.
On this, because I get everybody wants dark and all that stuff. That's fine.
I do not want your edgelord Power Rangers.
People been throwing the word out there, so it's like, look, I just want to see what it looks like before I even start crowning Hasbro as like the kings of Power Rangers, because it's like if you're not hitting that line of what works for Power Rangers, like if you're gonna go dark, you should at the very least do like Kamen Rider does if you're gonna do that, because at least Kamen Rider hits that balance.
Because the thing about Kamen Rider and Sentai is that they are self-aware and they're not ashamed of what they are. Yeah. I feel like anything that Hasbro is going to do is going to be hell of a shame that it's a Power Ranger thing. So it's going to try to overcompensate and be Fedora tippy as fuck. And I don't want any of that.
Like, give me something. Give me that Stargirl energy for a new Power Ranger stuff.
Right. That is it right there. I'm fucking American Original Power Ranger show needs to strike that Stargirl fucking balance. You are 1000% right.
Because even the second season's dope as shit.
Look, I'm like 2 episodes in. Stargirl, enough of that, is a fucking fantastic show. Love that show to death. So you right. You hit that nail on that fucking head. US Power Ranger needs to strike that balance of goofy and serious that Stargirl hits.
Like when somebody
perfect balance.
Like I ain't gonna spoil it, Prime, but there's a recent episode somebody gets killed and it hits like, oh shit.
Please tell me it's not Yolanda or fucking Beth. Because I'm so concerned for their safety because of who's the main villain this season. Okay.
When you see who it is, you're like, oh.
Okay. Wow. Because look, the main villain is Eclipso. And so I'm looking at Yolanda and Beth like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do I gotta call a 1-800 number to see who survives?
Because I read that fucking Underworld Unleashed because I know what can happen. I know what's coming.
Yeah, so it's like, look, guys, look, if you can give me Stargirl energy with the American Power Rangers, all right, cool. And if at the same time you're doing that,
but I feel like we're not gonna get Stargirl energy. I feel like we're gonna get Batwoman energy, and I am petrified. Fucking I lay awake in bed at night, scared to death that's what we're gonna get. Did you see that trailer, by the way? Did you see it?
What, for the news, Batwoman?
Oh yeah, did you see that shit?
No, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Don't watch that shit. Don't even waste your
time. Prime, I'm watching it because I'm already in deep. Prime, I'm already in deep. I was in deep with Supergirl and stuck with it till it's in this season. I gotta stick it out with Batwoman. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm sorry. Like, it's just shockingly enough, the only show that I tapped out of was Titans, and I heard all about the new season Titans where it's like, it's a little bit better, but it's still got the same bizarro problems of the other seasons where
I've only seen.
It's not locking down on what storyline they want to go with and stuff. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, I've only seen the first episode of this season of Titans, and I thought it was okay. Like they are right. It does still have big Titan energy, but like I came to peace with that in season 1. I was like, this is what this show is. This is what's gonna do.
But hey,
I just let them cook.
But hey, new Doom Patrol's out, so you know.
Now that's my shit. I can't wait to get on that shit.
I still need to get all 3 of us, me, you, and D, to talk about Doom Patrol because holy shit, like this is
again. I'm sitting there like, yo, Watchmen, why are you holding on Doom Patrol's Emmy? How dare you? How dare you stand where they should be standing? How dare you?
Hey, look, I'm just glad that HBO did not option for a second season. I can at least say that much. I'm happy that Damon is standing firm on, hey, HBO, do not do a second season. Just stay the first season and let it go.
You think Damon Lindelof got that much fucking pull?
I'm just shocked that Damon is actually standing firm on just 1 season and done for that show. I'm shocked that he's standing 100% firm on that shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Damon had a motherfucking choice.
Oh, you think that's HBO's call?
I think HBO was like, deuces.
No, we're good. We're done with this.
We're done. We're done.
If that was HBO's call, kudos HBO.
Look. You think first of all, I am shocked that you think Damon Lindelof has that much fucking pull, really, to HBO.
Look, I assumed, especially after Leftovers, which I felt, kind of ended on a very yeah.
You a good one. I couldn't. Hey, look, I refused.
I thought so.
I refused.
So what should we do next, Prime? I mean, we get Ultraman X.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ultraman X, fantastic show, is easily in my top 10, top 5 favorite Ultras of all time. Definitely watch it
for me, but it's definitely top 5 for me.
It is a fantastic, fucking fun show, start to finish. It's how you do team up episodes. It's how you do self-contained episodes that still link to a greater plot. Great imaginative camera work. Good dope ass monster designs. Great character development. Good visuals.
The CG did not distract me whatsoever, even though it was shaky at times. But I was still like, I'm still in it.
I mean, it's fine. You know, you gotta remember when it came out. It's good.
Yeah.
Good show, good designs. Watch fucking Ultraman X. For our next hat trick, we should be doing.
Yeah, 2015 it came out. Wow, shocking.
I think it was also the first simulcast show on Crunchyroll for Toku.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Good honor. It's a good show.
Great. What's the next hat trick?
What's the poll? What have we not done that we should be doing?
I mean, you know, we did Beast Morphers and then we transitioned to Ultraman X and stuff. If we do Kamen Rider, what would be a good Kamen Rider to do?
Let me look at my Kamen Rider wall. We haven't done Kabuto yet, have we? Have we done Kabuto?
I think we did do Kabuto.
We did Kabuto. Okay.
Yeah, we did Kabuto. We did Decade. We did.
Have we done Double?
No, we did not do Double.
We should probably do Double because that anime is coming out soon.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we should do Double. That will give me an excuse to actually watch Double again.
Yeah, Double's great. So, all right. So we should do Double. Then I'm voting. We should also do Dyna Xenon after because we gotta talk about Dyna Xenon.
Yes, gotta do that. Definitely gotta do that and stuff. And now since Power Rangers season 2 is there, we can actually finish up the last episodes of the commentary for season 1 because I think we only got like 2 episodes of that left of season 1. 2 or 3 episodes left of season 1. So yeah.
Okay, so Kamen Rider Double, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers commentary, then Kamen Rider Double. I'm sorry.
No, Double.
So Double, the commentary. Dyna Xenon. Then fuck it, let's do Ultraman Dyna. So his DVD should be out by then, right?
Hopefully, cross fingers, it is there.
All right, there. Got a game plan. Please hold us to that because we're not gonna remember this shit. We will not. We will leave this shit and forget. Like, what are we doing next?
Life happened recently because I've been slacking on doing like new. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, I think I'm waiting for you to watch Shang-Chi before we do spoilers on Shang-Chi. I think that's.
Oh, my bad, man.
No,
I've been bullshitting.
No, it wasn't on purpose or anything. It was me bullshitting and stuff because it's like normally I'd be on top of that shit, and it's just other things like work got hectic and stuff, and then that's on top of me playing games and me bullshitting and stuff. So it's like.
I've been doing work. I've been watching fucking Voltoms and shit. All right, look. All right.
No,
so if I don't see it this weekend, I'm gonna see it next weekend. Definitely, I got you.
So whenever you watch Shang-Chi, let me know because I definitely want to talk about that and spoil the shit out of that and stuff. And also, it's funny enough, I still haven't other than putting out the WandaVision shit that me and you did. I never did any episode on Falcon Winter Soldier and Loki.
Oh shit, bro. I still haven't seen Black Widow yet. I have it on Disney Plus because my mother-in-law bought it, and I have the Blu-ray.
If you can watch it,
I bought the Blu-ray, and I had it on Disney Plus for free. I still haven't watched it yet.
It was one of those movies where it's like Snake Eyes, where I did enjoy it, but I could understand people that felt it was a one and done watch. And it's gonna probably be like Thor: Dark World, where it's background noise that pops up on TV, and that's not a bad thing because I will sit there and flip through a TV, and if the fact that I will turn on Thor: Dark World and have it on its background while I'm doing some shit, I don't mind that because it's just all right. I look up what's going on. All right, cool.
I don't know. To me, that does not sound like an endorsement. That sounds actually pretty bad.
But it says a lot that Shang-Chi was the better movie between those two this year, and everybody thought Black Widow was going to be the better movie. I'm like, you lost your goddamn mind.
Right. I'm the same way. I'm like, look, a Black Widow movie. Like, first of all, I'm like, I like Shang-Chi. I like the book. I liked him in Hickman's Avengers. But I was just like, Shang-Chi movie, bro. Shang-Chi should be a TV show, bro. I'm like, that's how I feel like.
They did it though, and I was like, all right, cool. You did a movie. Look. If you would have told me that I would like the Shang-Chi more than Black Widow, I would be like, get the fuck out of here. And then I watched fucking Shang-Chi and I was like, this movie's fucking dope as shit. God damn.
God damn. Maybe I need to check that shit out. Like I said, if I don't see it this weekend, if I don't see it Sunday, I'm definitely going to see it next weekend. Because like a lot of shit been going on.
All right. Well, anyways, folks, thanks for joining in on this. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.